greeting of the day. Myself, Mrs. M. Fathima Begum, Assistant Professor, Department of CSE Cyber Security, Madanapalle Institute of Technology and Science, Madanapalle. Today, I am going to discuss about OSI reference model from computer network subject. Today's content of presentation is Introduction to OSI reference model, then how the data flows in OSI model, followed by 7 layers and its functions, and finally advantages and limitations of OSI model. Introduction. The OSI stands for Open System Interconnection. It is also the model name also called as OSI or reference model or reference architecture or 7-layer architecture. Like this, many names are available for OSI model. So it is a conceptual framework that defines how different networking protocols interact to enable communication between devices over a network. It was developed by ISO, that is International Organization for Standardization, in 1984 to provide a standard model for network communication. This OSI model helps in understanding how data flows across networks by dividing communication processes into 7 layers, each with a specific role. This diagram explains about how the data flow in OSI model with using 7 layers. So there are 7 layers in the OSI model. So the first layer is physical layer, followed by data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and finally application layer. In the center side, it works in a top-down manner. That is, from the application layer, it moves down and it will reach to the physical layer. And the message which travels in a transmission medium, maybe our transmission medium may be guided medium or unguided medium. Guided medium means the cables which we are using, that is coaxial cables, fiber optic cables, and unguided medium means air medium which we are using, that is the Wi-Fi connection. And the message will travels in the transmission medium, it reaches to the receiver side. Again, in the receiver side also, it works in a bottom up manner, that is from the physical layer it will reach to the application layer, that is the application which we are using. So here application layer means the application which we are using both in the sender side or the receiver side. Today I am going to explain with one scenario, that is, for example, sending an email from the sender to the receiver side, how the email is going, what type of data we are attaching along with the email, that we will see in detail now. So when you want to send a message, that is, if you want to send an email, the data, that email here I am going to mention as data here, that data starts at the layer 7 and moves down to the layer 1, and at each step the model adds protocol specific header informations, that is, in each layer we are going to add some protocol specific header informations called some set of information that is called as encapsulation. Then it moves down, then it reaches the receiver. At the receiver side, again it will works from the layer 1 to physical layer to finally the layer 7 is application layer. So in real-time network communication, the OSI model works as a bidirectional process, as we mentioned here in the arrow mark, that is in a top-down manner, in the sender side, and the bottom-up manner in the receiver side. If you want to send a message, for example, that is here I am going to mention as a data. If you are, that is, we are clicking send in an email, the information travels in each layer. In each layer, it adds its own header information. That header information is called as encapsulation here. For example, the email which we are typing, that starts from the application layer. As we know, the email will comes under uses many protocols, and that email which we are typing, that is application. That's why we are mentioning here as application layer. So the data which is available there in that mail, that is mentioned here in the diagram as a data. After crossing to each layer, in each layer we are going to add some protocol specific informations. That is, each layer has some set of protocols, its associated informations are added in their header. That's why along with the data some extra boxes are mentioned here. So after traveling each layer, in each layer we are going to add some extra informations. Finally, if you see in this diagram, in the physical layer we have data, along with that we attached some extra informations that are mentioned by using here many boxes. So what type of informations we are adding means, we have each layer have some set of predefined set of rules, that is protocols we are not going to add any anonymous data. That protocols will guide us what type of data had has to add, that will be added in the each layer. Then what type of data, what type of services we are adding in the each layer, that we will see in detail in the upcoming slides. The first layer is physical layer. In physical layer, raw bit transmission will take place. That is, it transmits unstructured raw bit stream over a physical medium, that is via cables, fiber optics, or wireless radio waves. So it deals with the voltages, frequencies, and physical cable specification. So various protocols used here are hubs, repeaters, coaxial cables, and twisted pair cables. In physical layer, we are going to convert signals into raw bit transmission. And the next layer is data link layer. In data link layer, node to node data transfer will takes place. That is, it takes packets from the network layer and packages them into frames. It also ensures it transferred error-free access across the local medium and uses MAC addresses for device identification. So various protocols used here are Ethernet, MAC addresses, and switches. If you see this diagram, as I told you previously, in the first layer, physical layer, the signals are converted into bits. Here, the bits are converted into frames. How we are converting into frame means, along with the data, whatever we are mentioning here in this diagram, we are mentioning as the payload. The payload means the actual mail. That is the mail which we are sending is the actual data. The data may be called as payload also in networks subjects. So here, along with the data, we are going to add some protocol specific informations as a header and tailer. Then in section algorithms. The next layer is network layer. So in network layer, routing and logical addressing will takes place. So it packages data segments into packets and determines the best physical path to route them across different networks. This is where routing and IP addressing takes place. So various protocols used in the network layer is IP protocol will be used, that is version 4 and version 6, and next one is ICMP, Internet Control Message Protocols, and routers. Routers also used in this network layer. So here previously we saw in the in the data link layer, we are creating frames. Here next, when it is traveling to the data network layer, the frames are converted into packets by adding extra informations along with that header, like IP address of the senders and receiver, and also the routing details, whatever routing we are going to, which is the best route we are going to identify in the network layer. In that best route, we are going to attach this best route details also we are going to attach in that frame. So after attaching this IP address and the route details, the frames are called as packets in network layer. So the main function of the network layer is routing and logical addressing. Logical addressing means IP address. Next layer is transport layer. In transport layer, end-to-end communication and data integrity will take place. That is, it breaks large data streams into segments. We are going to divide, if the data is large size, means it is divided into segments. And also it ensures reliable delivery through error checking and flow control, and is also fast and best effort delivery will be given by transport layer. And the main protocols used in transport layer are TCP and UDP. TCP means Transmission Control Protocol and UDP means User Datagram Protocol. These two protocols, based upon the application which we are using, whichever protocol applicable, that we can use in our applications. So here previously, as again I will tell you, previously in network layer the packets are ready, and next in the transport layer the packets are converted into segments here using transport layer. Next layer is session layer. Session layer is mainly used for dialog control and connection management. Usually this session, presentation and application, all the three layers will work together. Anyhow, we will see in detail about each layer now. Next, in session layer, it opens, manages and closes sessions between applications. It establishes checkpoints for long data transfer so they can resume if interrupted. As we discussed in the previous transport layer, we are dividing into segments. That segments is correct, coming in a correct order or not. If any one of the segment is missed, any that are all are discussed in, that all will be checked in session layer. So various protocols used in the session layer are NetBIOS, that is Network Basic Input Output System, and RPC, Remote Procedure Call. These two protocols are mainly used in session layer. Next, we will see about presentation layer. Presentation layer is used for translation, encryption, and compression of data. Usually, if you want to send, for again, mail between sender and receiver, if we are clicking that send mail, the send mail button, that mail will be encrypted first. It is translated into bits. It is converted into bits because it is in a human readable form, in English form. It is converted into bits. After converting into bits, it will be encrypted also. Encryption will be done in the presentation layer, and if the size is much big means compression also, if need means done in the presentation layer. That is, it ensures data from the sender is readable by the receiver application, and it also handles formatting, images, anything, and it secures data via encryption also. So various protocols used in presentation layer are SSL, TLS, JPEG, and MPEG. SSL means secure socket layer and TLS means transport layer secure. And as we know, JPEG and MPEG means image based protocols. And finally, application layer. Application layer is the applications which we are using. So the what we are seeing as a Gmail page, that page is called as application. So it provides an interface between the network and the software application. So it allows users and program to interact with the network. That is, for example, checking a mail, viewing the website. This all done by the application layer. So various protocols used in the application layer are HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, FTP, File Transfer Protocol, SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, and DNS, Domain Name System. Based upon the protocol, the application will display. So far we discussed about 7 layers in the OSI model. So in the first layer, the signals are converted into bits. In the second layer, data link layer, the bits are converted into frames. In third layer, network layer, the frames are converted into packets. In the fourth layer, transport layer, the packets are converted into segments. And in the 5, 6, 7 session presentation and application layer, the final message will get displayed in the end user system. Finally, we will see about advantages and limitations of OSI model. The first advantage of this OSI model is simplified troubleshooting. Since each we have different types of 7 layers, if any errors happened in any one layer, that we can easily troubleshoot because we have modularity available here. And next advantage is standardized hardware and software. Since we are using set of protocols, predefined protocols in each layer, so for in each layer we have standard hardwares and software that is used for that specific set of protocols. So it is very easy to handle that also. And next one is modularity. Here modularity is available since we have different 7 layers. Modularity will be implemented here. And finally, clarity in protocols. Obviously, again, each has its own different types of, each layer has its own different types of protocols. So clarity will be more in OSI model. And next limitations are, it is theoretical model rather than practical. Since we are this 7 layer model is referred as a theoretical model only. We have one more model in this same network subject, that is practical model, that is TCP IP reference model. In that model we have only 4 layers: data link layer, network layer, transport layer, and finally application layer. Only these 4 layers are available since it is that layer, that model only, that is TCP IP reference model only. Now it is used in a practical mode, and this OSI model is used for the theoretical reference only. And the next limitation is interdependence between layers. Since each layer is not different with each other, it creates many problems. That is next limitations of this OSI model is interdependence between layers. If you have any queries regarding this PPT presentation, kindly leave your queries here by using the scanner. Thank you.